Residence is a creative collaboration between Ben Uri Gallery and Museum and Nightingale House Care Home in South London. Tonight is the launch of Art in Residence. The replica artworks that you see around the room have been here on display for a month now, and residents across Nightingale have been invited to come and have a look, discuss them with staff here and just generally enjoy the artworks in their home.
It makes you really feel that you're part of the atmosphere. I'm learning quite a lot that I wouldn't have known before.
It's quite thrilling. They're all in different styles. Art is about exploration, and I want to explore it.
We've had some really brilliant interactions. People have taught me things about the exhibition that I wouldn't have come across in my research in a million years. Some great anecdotes have come out, in particular with the John Allen, where one gentleman was saying that he was actually at that protest and pointed out in the crowd where he would have been standing. Another lady was describing seeing these artworks as polishing her brain. And that's exactly the kind of thing that we're looking to achieve here.
We're hoping to find out more about the impact of discussing these artworks and also making artwork about the wonderful art from Ben Uri Gallery. And the important thing for people living with dementia, sometimes people are less verbal, so we're looking at verbal communication and non-verbal communication, so the observation will be very important.
So the next steps for the project will be a series of workshops. There are two kinds of workshop, and that's because we're looking at the impact on well-being that practical art making has as different to discussion workshops. In the usual vein of things, this is an informal discussion, so it's not about me standing up here giving a very formal lecture, telling you all about this artwork and this artist. I'd like it if we could both find out what we think about this artwork. What do you notice about the painting? Any particular feature that strikes you first?
I wonder if they've got smoked salmon in there. I wasn't terribly interested in this sort of thing, but it opened my eyes to what I might have missed. The way our friend here explains it, she makes it so interesting and so easy. Each time I've come, I've enjoyed it more.
Do you think he's attractive?
Oh, no.
It doesn't appeal to me.
For me, it's really fascinating in the discussion sessions that people will draw on their knowledge of history, of politics, of society in general, and it's giving people the opportunity to be part of that current conversation again, irrespective of how much their memory may have been lost. It's not necessarily about reminiscence and calling upon very personal memories, it's about being a part of something.
I'm the researcher employed to look at what impact the sessions have on residents who are participating, on their well-being, on their interaction with each other, and also to find out whether the project could be sustained and replicated in other care homes.
So we're comparing what the response is in terms of well-being between art discussion, where it's very much about the relationships everyone has and the security of that environment that you want to offer your opinions. And this is totally different. It's purely about the practical art making, but obviously there's a social element too. There's no expectation, no formal output. Whatever everyone gets to and whatever outcome we have at the end, that's right for that person.
I have short-term memory loss, so I have to work hard to be able to challenge myself to do things that I would do, where beforehand I would just do it. This has helped me a great deal, just to make me feel that I'm useful again in some respects.
There's people that have maybe closed up over time, and may become less confident about doing things. So actually to bring those people back into an activity has been really nice.
We've had 8 workshops so far. We'll now have a little break and then have a further 8 workshops. And then there's 2 more years of research, so the possibilities for where we take that research will really be informed by this first year. I've found it so beneficial to work for a longer period with these 2 groups. We're really only just reaching that point now where we feel really comfortable and that people are really starting to test themselves. Working somewhere like Nightingale and with the University of West London means that we've got the resources to really push this research, find out what it is that makes that relationship happen between people like myself delivering arts workshops and residents of care homes, those receiving the art, where that well-being lies.
We found some really encouraging findings already. People who perhaps were quite demotivated, not really interested in activities, are going to the group, going regularly, talking about feeling happy. So we really want to build on that.
Today we're having the closing exhibition for the first year of Art in Residence. This exhibition shows the replicas that the morning discussion group worked from, and the speech bubbles are quotes that they made about the artworks. And then there's also the artwork produced in the practical sessions in the afternoon, made by the residents.
It's a privilege for Ben Uri to actually support the project. The potential is that it can spread across the country for the benefit of so many other hundreds and thousands of people.
What's really lovely about these sort of projects is it's the residents who show us the way.
A number of my team who had no exposure really to art as we've described it within the project really engaged very positively, to the point that they now hopefully can take on the beacon and share it with other people. So I think there's a possibility for any home to engage in art in the way that we've been doing here.
I've definitely noticed those residents that have participated in the project have changed quite dramatically in some cases. They're waiting for us to start each week, and they're also joining in other things outside of this project. So I think we've seen a growth in confidence and sociability.
It's been really fantastic so far, and we've had a great response from the residents here in both groups. So now we're looking ahead to develop the research. So we're really excited about the next 2 years of Art in Residence.